love. Where's your arm?
All right, let's do a quick.
Up straight. Right,
Hey,
we're on.
My nipple's not showing.
We're on.
My bad. Maybe I can just use this one. Maybe here. I don't have one. I just got this.
Welcome to Larrakia Park in Darwin tonight for round 3 of the Women's Premier League football competition. I'm Natasha Medbury, and with me tonight in special comments is Philomena Chisholm. We're looking after the Port Darwin take on Casuarina. It should be a cracking game of football as well tonight, Mina.
I'm excited once again, Tasha, to be here for round 3 women's game. Port Darwin take on Casuarina, and let's see who takes on the winning game tonight.
Yes, it should be a cracking game, and we're looking forward to it. Last week, Casuarina won 6-0 against Mindle, and last week, Port Darwin unfortunately didn't get the win. So we've got second place taking on sixth place tonight, but we spoke about earlier on before we come on air about the Challenge Cup. So both teams have had a big week, and only 3 nights ago, Mina, the Port Darwin girls were knocked out of the Challenge Cup, unfortunately.
They were knocked out 1-0, I think, against Yappers. They played Yappers Wednesday night. So let's see how they turn tonight's game around for them.
Yeah, and looking forward to it as well. And we were speaking to the Port Darwin coach earlier, and they've got a very young team and had a massive turnover from last season. So 16 players have left Port Darwin, so they've had to rebuild due to defence, having a lot of girls from defence, and of course they've been, posted elsewhere. So it is a massive turnover for a club.
It is a massive turnover. Once you've got players out, it's really hard and to gain new players coming in. Just see how they gel as a team. There are a few young players. There are a few more defence girls back into that side tonight. So we'll see how they go.
And back for Casuarina in goals is their number 1 goalie that's crossed over from Hellenic, I believe. Mina, you've got a bit of history with Casuarina. It's one of your old teams, so looking forward to seeing how the veteran goes in the goals again.
No, it's good that Michaelina Andreas is coming back, making a comeback. She was out last week, Taj, due to a lower back injury. So let's see how she holds up tonight.
Yep, no, looking forward to that. And as we watch both teams now take it onto the pitch, which is good what we see. So just looking forward to just the way that Port take on this game. We spoke about the developing players. I believe there's a few 16-year-olds out there that have come up from under 16. So a few players making their Premier League debut. So for season 2021, round 3 here. Beautiful night for football. Casuarina, of course, we called their game last Friday night.
There is a few changes there in the Port Darwin. There's a few new players, but actually old players due to have been playing in the soccer league. So we've got sisters that joined the Port Darwin season, Pierre and her sister. Pierre and her sister.
So we've just seen the toss of the coin there. It's working out, and all the officiating players as they set position. So just a last minute talk, and Casuarina are sitting second on the ladder, as I said, and Port in 6th position. So unfortunately don't have a win on the board as yet. So we'll just watch how how they set up. So Port are going to start with the ball. Perfect conditions here. The dry season is starting to kick in finally up here in Darwin. A few muggy games the last 2 weeks, but definitely the coolness has set in. Watch out for number 5 for Casuarina. Rachel Hoffman is the leading goal scorer so far in the competition. Kicked 2 goals last week for Casuarina. So Port back with Corey. Casuarina, Fenwell. Numbers here for Port. So breaking through is Newton Aragon. Again, good control of the ball through there for Fulton. Fulton had a solid game last week for Casuarina. She played the vital sweepers role and absolutely stopped everything that come her way. So in goals last week was Tana Casemiro, and she didn't have to do much work at all, Mina, because Fulton was an absolute wall back there. So we see her in a different position tonight. She's moved up due to one of the players being out on a AFL footy trip over in Cairns, I believe. So,
and that was their vital there. That was their backline, Jacqueline. She played an awesome game last week.
So just on the attack. Good control there by Douglas. Douglas is the other goal-scoring machine for Casuarina. As I speak of her, she gets the footy. Here's Fulton. Fulton tries to give it to Newton Aragon, but wasn't ready for it. But good work here by Yolanda Kanai. Also a goal scorer from last week. Fulton's through. She's in the box. She's going to have a shot. She has a crack, and good work by the goalkeeper in Kelsey Tom. Love the kit that she's got on as well, the pink. Nice bright pink. So Fulton, here's Fulton again, one-on-one, puts it in the path of Kanai, but just wasn't ready for it, so throw-in is going the way of Casuarina.
Yeah, so I think Fulton's actual position, she's actually a midfield striker, but you know, someone with her talent, she can play and dominate anywhere on the field.
And she's showcasing that, so Yolandi Kanai goes across the face, so 2 opportunities already for Casuarina, and we've only gone a couple of minutes, so 2.5 minutes in.
That was a good pass-through crossover by Kane. Unfortunately, the her offsider, the Casuarina player, couldn't get there in time.
So we're just waiting for Kelsey Tom's kick as they set. Please, Tom, just a short one. So how they keep possession down the far wing. Just a little bit too much legs on that one. So they've given the ball back to Casuarina.
Newton Aragon is now throwing the ball in for Casuarina.
So that's gone out. Again, the throw in.
Port Darwin's put on a really good defence side on Casuarina tonight. So far, so good.
Through for Newton Aragon. So in the box and offside. So going the way of Port.
Unfortunately, that was offside by Rachel Hoffman.
Big kick. Here the coach is yelling out down there for Port. Good control by Walling. Walling's chasing now. Down the wing is July Soe. So they kick it up, making Soe have to run for it, but good. Jessie Newcomb leaves it there for the goalie, and I think that's come off Soe, so yes, it's going the way of Casuarina. Walling should have this throw in. That's Tess Walling. Yolanda Kanai. Blitz it. through. That's a beautiful ball. Coming through is Rachel Hoffman. She's going to have a crack. She gets the goalie out. The goalie dives, and unfortunately for Hoffman, a goal goes begging there. Good work by Kelsey Tom to come out and put the pressure on Rachel Hoffman. I think she was in two minds, Mina, about whether she was going to have a crack or try and get around the goalie while the goalie was on the ground.
Yeah, I think the speed got the better of her there, Tash. If she had that control of the ball, she definitely would have had a crack or took the goalie on. But a beautiful through ball to her.
Oh, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. So 5 minutes gone in this first half, and Port Darwin are under the pump. Just enough legs to get over the top to her teammate and Corey. That's Lee Corey. Back to Corey. To Zoe. Stolen there by Lauren Douglas. She's good with her feet as well. So can Zoe keep this in? She does. To Walling. Walling. It's come off Walling. They're going the way of Port. They haven't been in their forward half in the first 5.5 minutes. Here they go now, but again, no one's running for them, so they've turned that over straight away. So Newcomb gives it back to Walling. Walling with the throw-in duties down this near wing. Kanai just caught at the back there, but good control by Douglas. Douglas again. Body work. Port player in Kolakis. So Newman, does she let it go out? She does. So Walling again with the throw in. Which is good. Port have got it down there, so no, so that is going the way of Port. So Port Darwin have the throw in, so Lee Corey. Good throw in as well. Fulton's back there for Casuarina. Good one-on-one. Referee lets it go. Port in control. Looking back for a player, the right idea, but just wasn't switched on for that, was Gage Pearson. So Casuarina were going to come away with it. A bit of pressure. Newton Aragon comes through. And in the end, it cleared. So doing the clearing kick there.
Well done there for Newton Aragon. She had 3 players in the back there.
So Grutton with the clearing kick. Back there for Port. Newcomb. Walling. Back to Newcomb. Nice touch. So Port. Walling's got back there. It's going to go back to her goalie. Waters chopped off by Zoe. Sorry. Challenge there. I reckon that's a corner. It is.
Yeah, that is the corner going for Port Darwin's way.
So the first corner of the game is going the way of Port. So well done to Port. The first 5 minutes was spent down in their defensive half, and now they've got themselves a corner.
Look at that. You've got someone like Michaelina Hondreas is in the goal, and she's actually been playing for a while. So she's given some leadership there to a Casuarina backline. Yep. Definitely putting the defence on. You don't want to see any Port Darwins getting loose in the box.
So kick by Kolakis. So opens up in front of goals. Unfortunately, couldn't control it there for Port, but coming through again. Turn, good defensive work by Fulton. And the goalie, Waters, is going to take this quite easily. So opportunity goes begging there for Port. Fulton. And the throw. So I'm not... It's gone out. Don't know what happened there, but gone out. The sideline ref, the linesman... So the throw-in going the way of Casuarina. Fulton. Fulton looking for Douglas. Douglas has a space in front of her. She goes out wide to Hoffman. That's Rachel Hoffman. She's got a lot of speed. She's got a good boot. This time she has a crack. It goes across and just misses the outside post. So the goalie shut off the angle in the end. Good chase as well by the Port Darwin defenders just to put that pressure on her, Mina.
Definitely, Port Darwin is very under the pump in this first half. Hoffman, what amazing pace she has on her. If she could place that ball, definitely she'll be scoring goals tonight.
So Kelsey Tom is taking her time. So when Casuarina do break free, they look dangerous with their speed up forward as they did last week.
They did have good speed, and they definitely missing their back line, which is Jacqueline and on Smith.
So here we go, just the numbers again. They seem to get the numbers to the ball, Casuarina. So Corey in there again. Newcomb with good control. Out there is Pablo. Hoffman goes back. Morgado. Oh, good control, good challenge as well. But out wide is Fulton. So Fulton, challenge put by Fraser, and a good take there by the goalie. Good boot as well. How's this going to bounce? The top. Good pressure put on by Higginson. Number 4 there for Port, but Pablo down the wing to Fulton. Into the midfield to Hoffman. Hoffman's looking for Newton Aragon. One-on-one, good work by the Port defender. Coming through his walling. To Corey. Numbers again prevail for Casuarina. Douglas to her partner in crime and Hoffman. Puts it through for Kanai. And good work again by Kelsey Tom. So she's had her work cut out for her already in the first 11 and a half minutes of this half. And they've had 5 opportunities. Casuarina over the top. Watch the pace here. Hoffman, good covering. Fence by Grattan. That's Rebecca Grattan.
They're definitely getting that ball up there. They just need to be able to finish it off.
Got the tall timber down in the defence there, Port. So with Chloe Gage Pearson is down there, and you've also got Rebecca Grattan. So there's a bit of height coming through. No, clear it again through Corey. Down the middle, Fulton has the speed, will get there first. So they just set up quite well, Casuarina. Mina, we've seen this last week as well. Fulton, good ball control.
Casuarina definitely works amazing, definitely works good in the midfield, but in the mid.
Hoffman again, and here's an opportunity, and just over the top. So Douglas, it opened up, and unfortunately there was 2 against the goalie, and Douglas, she's surprised with herself because it was pretty much an easy opportunity that don't come that easy. And she's kicked it over the top.
Douglas was in a perfect position to receive that ball, Tash. Unfortunately, it went over the crossbar.
So again, a good cross by Hoffman. That's a good boot as well by Grattan. Fulton. Wish I could still get my leg up that high without doing a hamstring. She just stood on one leg, did not even budge with that leg up that high. And Kelsey Tom again comes through.
Definitely heaps of through balls going through, Tash, for the Casuarina side.
A good pace shown out on the far wing by Brooke Fraser. But again, the numbers for Casuarina. Can't stress enough just the way Casuarina play. And as we spoke about before kickoff, is that Port have a lot of new players, having lost 16 players from last season through to defence rotations, and that's a common thing with Darwin is we do have the army bases up here, and in any sport that I've been involved with, which is pretty much everything up in Darwin during my 100 years of living, is that you lose a lot of players through defence, and they're committed, they're fit, and they put everything in, and when they get posted elsewhere, it's just devastating for a club and a team. So Kanai has a crack, just gets past the goalie. So Tom, the arm stretched out, she's quite tall as well, so she's got good reach, and Kanai just missing the right post there.
For losing that many players, Port Darwin's actually doing really well. They're actually gelling. They're actually gelling as a team, and that's probably comes from the Wednesday night team they just had before, which they get to know how each other plays, your teammate. So they're doing really well there.
So yeah, Stephen's doing a great job with them. Brackway, which is the coach. You can just see Casuarina with the experience. A lot of these girls have played a lot of football together for many years, and you can just see the positioning, the trust in each other.
And that's a big factor too, the trust in your teammate.
That's right. So good work again by Zoe at here. To back in Kalakis. Down the line. Look at the speed showing here by July Zoe. She crosses it. Dangerous, but Newcomb, one of the walls from last week along with Fulton. So here's a dangerous position for Casuarina. Douglas has control, puts it out to Hoffman. Hoffman's onside. It's going to be one-on-one again. Grattan's trying to chase her, put pressure on. She comes across now, and it's in the back of the net. So already Rachel Hoffman, leading goal scorer already after 2 rounds, has another one on the board. The 15.5-minute mark of the first half.
Did you call that tonight, Tash? See through here, Hoffman is in a great position. She gets a kick, and again, straight in the back of the net. She certainly does have a crack of a kick.
She's just got the pace as well, and
great stop there by Fulton.
So Higginson, that's Amberley Higginson, number 4 for Port. So Kanai, and again, look at the pace. Their forwards have a lot of pace. Newton Aragon has a crack. It's going to go across, and it's just got too much curve on it. We were right behind Aragon, and you just see it's heading in, curve. That bounce in the end. Look like you can see the arms out wide. She
looks like it just touched the tip of the goalie's glove.
Report. Again, Walling chops it off. Good work by Corey. Corey again. Walling goes back. Here comes, she's just got a big boot to Corey. Good control by Corey. I'm not quite sure if she meant that, but we'll give it to her. It looked good. So Corey, and good sportsmanship shown in the background as well. The two players clashed and helped each other up. I love seeing that in football, as there is a challenge going the way of Casuarina there.
And that was a free kick against Walling. Looks like Fulton's taken it. Can she put that beautiful ball through for Casuarina once again?
So these two out here on this closest wing. Oh, here we go. Douglas. Lauren Douglas. But Corey gets across, puts pressure on Grattan's there as well. Goes out to Kanai. Kanai dances around one. Tries to dance around Corey. Corey in the end hits her own teammate, but in the end it's a free kick going the way of Port. So offside. Was that Mina?
Yeah, offside by the ref, but I'm sure Douglas came back on once the ball was still in play.
To Kalakis. These two are having the battle on the wing. I'm loving this battle between Zoe and Walling. So it goes inside looking for Zoe. Just come off. Wrong angle there of the foot. Corey in the middle, just kicking it forward. Well done to Newcomb.
Fantastic save. Look at the pace on Higgins as well. Coming through.
So Higginson, a good save.
Great save
by Hordeas. So a corner, the second corner going to Port.
Looks like Higginson's going to take.
So Mikey Hordeas with a good save after missing out last week with a back injury.
She's definitely making a comeback.
It was fully tested then. Good corner, dangerous position. Fulton's there, goes across the face. So Newton Aragon, she's everywhere, comes back in by Corey. Here's Higginson, got a good boot, has a smash at it, and it goes across goals. Mordeus leaves that one. Not too much pressure applied then, but
Higgins just need to get that direction of the ball. Great kick. She does have a good leg on her.
Yeah, got the power behind it, didn't she, Mina? So just biding a bit of time. 20.5 minutes gone in this first half. So the first goal was scored by Lauren Hoffman at 15.5 minute mark for Casuarina in the black and white strip. We're round 3 of the Women's Premier League football NT up here in Darwin.
I must say it's a beautiful night, Tash, tonight.
It is beautiful with the dry season starting to kick in at the beautiful Larrakia Park. Kick to Fulton. Clever Fulton. Kanai back. Alexis. Good pressure put on by Higginson. I'm loving this pressure.
Yep, they're definitely giving it all they have.
But this may open up. Corey's fast as well. Newton Aragon, but goes clear. Tom's coming up and a goal. So the second goal on the board.
Newton Aragon.
So Icky Newton Aragon kicks her first of the night. Casuarina have their second, and in the end it looked dangerous when Fulton put it through.
Once again, great for well done to the youngster, rising star of last 2020.
So 2-0, 22.5 minutes gone.
2 last season, 2020 for the club.
Again, goes through, but Grattan's going to get there. Shadows it all the way to the goalie, Kelsey Tom. So they were pressing forward and putting that pressure on Casuarina, and against the tide, Casuarina broke through and got the goal on the board. So
Port really needs to be on their toes for their quick turnarounds.
yeah, we seen last week that once they got 1 and 2 goals, Casuarina, they just kept pressing with their speed up forward. It just caught Mindle. So Port do need to be on the lookout for that. Good control there by Douglas. Through to get there first for Casuarina. They leave it for Fulton. Some fancy footwork. Kanai. Leave that space there for Fulton. A good kick to Newton Aragon. Across the face, looking for Pablo. She couldn't get there. Litzis has a good boot, goes out wide to Hoffman. Why wouldn't you? She's got a good boot on her as well. Centres it. And coming through with the clearing kick is Gage Pearson. Here's Higginson. That is
good contest there.
A good run. I thought that was going to go the way of Port. Coming into screen at the bottom of screen. Has just come on as the sub and already in the action. So I just seeing who they're going to put on this player. The stand-in captain in Newton Aragon. She looks hurt. So just keep an eye on that and back. We'll have to check the score. We totally had a black patch of... So, yeah, it is definitely...
showing the wrong score on the board.
Gets it over the sideline. Allows it. She waits for it. Put it on the boot.
Beautiful.
And there we go. It's gone to 3-0. So we were right. We didn't have a...
The scoreboard is back to normal.
We didn't have a blackout moment. I was a bit confused when I seen the scoreboard, but we were right. So the score that you can see on your screen is incorrect at the moment. Should be 3-0. So we're just having a bit of difficulties with our score.
Ball's gone back to Andreas. Good pick.
32-minute mark of the first half. It's 3-0 Casuarina.
Doesn't look good for this young rising star here, Newton Aragon.
And just a shout out to the Casuarina Al Thiab. Number 6. Coach and her teammates know that she was a bit nervous. So hopefully the nerves are gone. So Fulton Oh, good work again by Whittle. Higginson was offside, so Naomi Whittle just keeps going and took the pressure off a bit there for Port. Whittle, I'm very impressed with the move they've made with Whittle down. So Jordan McCracken is coming on for July Soe. Had an enormous amount of ball. That change that the coach made started to pay off for Port.
Jordan McCracken had the Rising Star for 2020, so really excited to see how she plays tonight.
Much legs on it this time, so Ordeas will take it. Higginson will go up, put pressure. Fulton has a load of experience back there. So can Port get themselves a score on the board before half-time? Not long left, dangerous. They go down here to Hoffman. She's got the speed. Kelsey Tom comes out again. She's going to challenge, and she does well. Left her goals, did the right thing, come out and challenge Hoffman.
She's got great judgment on the ball.
A good shout out as well to Brooke Fraser that was chasing Hoffman there. She did not give up. And it makes a difference when you can hear someone chasing you from behind. Doesn't matter how much speed you got. So Kalakis. She's looking for Higginson. She's the go-to player. Probably too much legs, but Higginson's speed gets her there. Not across. Fulton, can she keep it in? She does. That's a beautiful kick down the line to Hoffman. Hoffman back into Pablo. Latzis to Newcomb. She's moved up forward. Kanai wasn't ready for that. Puts her hand up to apologise to her teammate. Latzis. Rodeus. Douglas is everywhere for Casuarina. Litzis goes back to Morgado. Pablo. They're just controlling the football here in the last couple of minutes, seconds for this first half. All the time in the world for Casuarina when you zip up. Hoffman, the last thing they want, Port, is to let Casuarina get a goal. Kelsey Tom takes that one again, so there is the half-time.
Great half.
Whistle. So 3-0 to Casuarina in the first half. Lauren Hoffman scored the 15.5-minute mark. Newton Aragon 21.5-minute mark, and Kalitzis at the 29-minute mark for the first half, and we look forward to the second half coming up.
For the interview here. For the interview up here. Okay. I'll set the light up for you. Yo, they're so down. Whose bag is it? Every time I like swim, right? There's like a little smoke. This thing? That big thing here? Yeah. Oh, yo, the focus is shit. I know, it won't focus properly. I keep having to adjust it. Yeah, same. I'm like removing, and I just like stab on it. Yeah, like way. Yeah, so you'll have to fix that up by changing the filter. There we go, so now he's right. So now it's going to be a medium shot of two people. I'm going to get the microphone ready. There you go, room down there. It's overpowered.
Because he does I will. I will. I have. Hey? Alright, well, I'll refresh it each time the score changes. Yeah, I will. What's that stuff side? Monster energy drink? You shouldn't be drinking that. Hey? It's enough to kill him. Yes. Your size. Yeah, it should be. So the soccer the night before, the soccer off the
Where is that sound coming from with that stream at half time? They can still hear. Have we got
How long until second half?
So funny to watch that. Is there no interview? What happened?
No, no. Yes, I flipped the camera.
Yeah, but just film yourself the whole game. Film that game. No. Okay.
You on who? Are you on this?
Oh, wait. No.
Okay, good. feet hard. Yeah, no, 3 feet.
So the second half is about to get underway here. 3-0 in the first half to Casuarina
I know where to buy Bang Energy.
against Port Adelaide, round 3 of the Women's Premier League football. Beautiful Larrakia Park here in Darwin. Beautiful start of the dry season. So you've seen a scoring display by Casuarina. Hoffman, 15.5-minute mark. Newton Aragon, 21.5-minute mark. And Kalitzis at nearly the 30-minute mark of the first half. So what can Port produce to come back into this game, Mina?
In the last couple of seconds of that last half, Port has really put the pressure on top on the Casuarina defenders. Let's see if they could keep that momentum up in this half.
Small mark or something.
We were pretty impressed with Whittle as well. Naomi Whittle, there she is there. Fortunately, couldn't control that one. But just her dash down the wing put some pressure on the Casuarina defenders. What can they do here? Kalakis. Oh, good work. Some fancy footwork there, but Whittle, she's got some speed. Newcomb experience will get there first. Walling had a great first half. Douglas as well. Kanai down the middle. Here's Hoffman. Hoffman leaves it for Althea, and Kelsey Tom again picks it up. So good communication there by the goalie and her defensive players. Control by Fraser. Fraser's earned herself a free kick. Was impressed with Brooke Fraser's first half as well. Number 9 there for Port. Showing some leadership. Gage Pearson with the kick. Also had a good first half. Kalakis, she's on here. Fraser crosses it. Good challenge played by the Casuarina player in Morgado. Deus with a good kick. Good work by Chinchillo for Port, but numbers there for Casuarina. Chloe Gage Pearson. Again, Fraser called her out. Geez, that was a close call, that one. I thought they were in line with each other. Mina not in the perfect position to see that clearly, and the linesmen are, but that was a bit of a touch and go. You can see there's Fulton with the ball, but Fraser in back play sucking in the deep ones there. She's had a good game so far for Port.
She's just probably about a half a metre off. Offside.
Fulton, Gage Pearson again comes through. It's been a wall back there. Chloe Gage Pearson, number 11 for Port. So the throw-in is Pablo. Pablo cleared by Larkis, I think it was.
Yeah, this is Fraser's second year playing up here in Northern Territory. She did come from Kubwacha down in Queensland.
Oh, wow. They're still probably after the second season. Here she is, Fraser. Good control. She keeps it in front of her again with the speed shown. Goes back to Fletcher. Fletcher with a shot on goal. Bit ambitious there. And Hordeas takes an easy one. Clearing kick off the side of the boot. Althea has to work close to the line. Goes back to Walling. Walling, fancy footwork around Whitnall. Fulton up the line to Althea, and it goes out. So Port with the quick throw in. Good thinking there by Port player. They've got the numbers here that can take their time. All the way back to Tom. So Kelsey Tom. It's out wide to Grattan. I think that is out there on the far wing. Trying to look for Whittle, but he's too close to the line, so throw-in is going to be taken by Walling. So the 3-0 scoreboard probably doesn't display the more closelessness in it. So Pablo is going to have a shot and just sprays it. So again, good work by Kelsey Tom. She got up in her face pretty quickly, and that's where we spoke about earlier, Mina, is her decision-making as a goalie is spot on.
She's got great judgment of the ball and went to go. He got Pablo. She's great position. No one was around her. Unfortunately, a little bit to the right.
So she's saved a ton of goals tonight. Just with her decision-making, Kelsey Tom. Pablo, get this back. No, Port. There's Fraser. Fraser puts on the afterburners now. She's got some speed up against Mel Morgado. And last touch was against Fraser. Kalitsis, the goal scorer. She got the 3rd goal on the board. So all individual goal scorers tonight for Casuarina. Last week, Hoffman and Douglas picked up doubles. Oh, Kalakis. Fraser could have controlled it then. Kalakis had space in front of her. It opened up. Kanai. Tom again reads it well. Boots it down the middle. That's a good kick, especially when you've got Higginson there. This is onside. Higginson showing her pace, and just the tap on had too much legs on it. Fraser will get there, and clearing kick by Mel Morgado. So throwing going the way of Port. So Higginson, number 4 for Port. Amber Lee Higginson. She's got some wheels on her, some good pace.
You don't want that to be open for her because she is a dangerous player.
I want to see it be over. I want to actually see how far she can run, because I don't think we've seen her at full flight yet, and that's a scary thing.
She's at the 70%.
Yeah. Larkus, and again, Whittle couldn't get there. Goes out wide. Chinchillo should get there first for Port. She does. She was a sub in the first half. Whittle uses her body, and it's going to be another corner. I'm pretty sure this is a corner to Port, and it is. So Port have their 4th corner of the game.
Now, unlucky for Wayland. Walling could not keep her feet steady. It gives them the advantage now they've got their corner. So let's see what Whittle has to do and who is she looking out for to hit the back of the net.
She's got a good boot on her. She's waiting for Fraser to move. It's going to go Kalakis. And again, that's gone off Port, so that's another corner. So their 5th corner of the night. They just need to probably lift this kick. Just a tad. Fraser's at the back. Kalakis is in the middle. That's Ange Kalakis there, number 10. Number 16 there for Port is Fletcher. So Whittle again with the corner. Where's she land this one? A bit more height this time. Kanai. Got her head to it, comes in. And offside was Fraser, so she lets that one go. So probably there by Jordan McCracken, the sub in the first half as well. Had more time and space, probably not enough communication from her teammates there, Mina. And
no, there's not many communication, especially with Port in that box. The girls should really...
Big rotation of players. Marcus, as Mina spoke about, that's originally from Olympic, sorry.
Yeah.
So here's Fraser. Kalakis had moved from that position, so that's gone out. So it's going the way of McCracken. Quick throw in. Chinchillo. That's a good ball to Higginson. It's come off the hand, unfortunately. She was ready to turn and go. Was going to see those afterburners again, and she had Whittle right next to her. So unfortunately there for Port, that when she tried to control that ball, it's come up and hit her on the hand. Fulton looking out wide to Pablo. And across was McCracken. That the club organised and the supplies over to the the Timor Floods, and just the effort that was put in, the donations, the people that come forward. It was a great to see. It was a big event in Darwin. People all pitched in, and
it was good to see a lot of people donated.
Casuarina were going to give us a figure of what they had in the end, so we'll try and chase that up for next week, because next week's game is Casuarina again against NT Yuppers. It could potentially be top of the table clash, so looking forward to that one. But in front of us is Port Darwin and Casuarina. Ooh, Althea put pressure on Kelsey Tom there and landed awkwardly in back play, but she's okay. So Whittle, just too much frustration out there shown by Port players. Olivia Fletcher was in a good position, but the ball didn't get. Fraser's going to go back. Good body work. Chillo, Kolakis, Whittle against Fulton. Oh, good footwork by Fulton. I thought I did see a handball in that challenge as well in the box.
I thought I see that too.
And down the line is
no call. I think Port needs more of that to be able to put a score on the board tonight, Tash. We do have an interchange.
So coming on is Erin Gage Pearson. Makes McCracken run. Too close to the line. That one's gone out. So there's Tana Casemiro, we can see there, trying to get herself. And coach has called for someone else now, but he just put his hand up, so hopefully...
Oh, she's up. She's walking it off.
Eye on the ref has gone to Hodea, so she's just come off. No one's come on as yet, so Isa Hodea's with the ball in front of her. So Grattan, good ball work by Grattan. Passes it to the sub that's just come on, and Gould. Gould into the midfield. And Chinchillo is still out there, so it must have been number 16 that come off, which was Fletcher. My apologies. So Chinchillo putting pressure on. So here she is, Higginson's back on. She snuck back on. If they can get it down this wing very quickly, she has the speed. That's what they're trying to do now. She can put the afterburners on. Kalitzis, that's dangerous, because if Higgins gets into open space, she tries to cross it over to Whittle. So Fraser, the attempt. No talk. Here's Chinchillo to Higginson. Higginson back to Kalakis. Kalakis has a big kick on her. And Fulton. The wall comes through with the fancy footwork to Hoffman.
She's a very laid-back player, Fulton, isn't she? She's definitely got the skills, she's got the brain, and she's got the knowledge. She's a great asset on Casuarina.
What I love the best about Fulton, Mina, is that she does everything at pace, so she doesn't sort of hang in. You see her get the ball, she's already hitting it, and just the fancy footwork to go with that pace as well is pretty outstanding. So Kalipsis. Porter doing well here to start this second half. Unfortunately, just then Douglas thought she was through. So Kalakis, they've got the numbers here. Chinchillo goes out wide to Gould. Gould through, trying to look for Higginson. Goal saver for sure, Mina, because Hoffman in open space is dangerous. So
Tom's judgment on the ball, whether she's come out, and it
was a good call. So Soraya Mauboy Hudson has come on for Melissa Morgado for Casuarina. So number 12 there, cracking. Here's Higginson. This is where the speed, her and Fulton,
the speedsters.
Yeah, and Fulton, that just goes to show how dangerous Higginson is. If she pulls up a bit tight there from that injury, is that Fulton probably, I would say, one of the most skillful players out there.
Out in that injury.
If I had to limp like that during the game but could then run like that, I'd take that any day.
I take my hat off to her and I'll keep it off.
The last time I ran any sort of speed was was many years ago. Douglas out to Malboy Hudson. There's McCracken.
Fulton.
She's just booting it every time, hoping Whittle puts the pressure on for Port, but easy in the end taken. Kalakis, Hodeus, and Higginson is definitely injured because she just couldn't even get in the box for that contest. So unfortunately for Port, their most damaging player. Yeah, Higginson's definitely, that's a good stop by Pablo. Whittle, who has been in Port's best players tonight. Chinchillo, good work as well by Gage Pearson. Chinchillo out wide to Grattan. Good work by Gold. And here again, see, Higginson couldn't even run for that one. So Gold is going to have to throw in. And Gold, but the interchange, the sub is being made. So your old teammate, Mina Faith Avio is coming on, and Yolanda Kanai is coming off for the week, but in the end it was
to Casuarina. And the ball, majority of the ball has gone into their favour tonight, or this half.
I mean, the positives that they can take out of this game, and you know, getting behind them to hopefully get a goal on the board, is that if they can
get hard taken out 16 players, that's a big difference.
Well, that's nearly your whole entire team. Here's Fraser. Fraser, can she get there? She does. It's just misses, and good sportsmanship shown there as well.
Does need to try and nurture that injury as well, so it doesn't get any worse for next week's game, top of table clash against Yappers.
So she's going to take the kick. The last couple of times she's kicked it over to Fulton, just a short one, but Higginson's awake to it, so she's right on the line, ready to go. Pivoleg Gould with the header. Chinchillo will get there first. That's come off Walling. Good signs for Port.
That is a good sign, and yeah, it's all about bringing youth up as well, especially with soccer here and there.
Yeah, it definitely has risen since he's taken over, which is a good thing. Kalitzis, and then line to Althayab, and McCracken clears it. Like so, last week Port lost to the Yappers 4-1, but the Yappers are on top of the ladder, undefeated as yet. So that was a good outcome in the sense of developing the team. 16 players of Challenge Cup, missing probably one of their Challenge Cup, missing probably one of their better players as well is Nikita McMurray tonight for Port. She got their own very clever lady, Nikita McMurray is, so they're missing her out there tonight.
Look, they've had 3 games in the last week. You can imagine how tiring it is probably tonight.
So, and they leave it to Tom, the goalie. So nearly 71 and a half minutes gone in this game. So Casuarina got their goals in the first half. Hoffman 15 and a half minute mark. Newton Aragon, the acting captain who come off with an injury, got it just before the 22nd minute mark, and Kalitzis just before the 30-minute mark. So there was a flurry of goals within about 15 minutes that they kicked those 3, and Port have done well since then.
Exactly, it just goes
won that battle. So McCracken. So yeah. So coming on
his no, I thought that was Lusitana Casimiro, but it's not.
Wanako
Coming for Pablo.
It's gone in there. Here's Gould, opens up. Oh, the refs let that go. Good sportsmanship again, just help game. Althea, that didn't go the way that she wanted it to. Casuarina along with Casimiro. So the free kick going the way of Casuarina. Newcomb.
Port really needs to hold that back line really steady and hard.
So less than 10 minutes on season Women's Premier League football anti-competition up here in Darwin. Beautiful night. Oh, well done, Hoffman.
Great ball work by Hoffman.
She's pushed to the midfield, Casuarina.
Still, Port has not put a score on the board. They really need to come up with a better game plan.
Injury as she grabs at it again, so keep an eye on that. And here's another sub coming for Port, so Elizabeth Salter is coming on.
That was coming all night.
Yeah, it was.
And it was really cold. So I think Lucy and a few other girls got really sick because we're not used to the weather.
Yeah, you lose half your team for Port.
Yep, and Tom's not in no rush at all to take that ball.
Season kicking in. The last couple of weeks it has been a bit humid, but our seasons are changing up, and that's gone against her. So the free kick will go the way of Fulton, taking charge, telling her players to move forward. She see Casemiro getting some action here. Abio couldn't get there. She'd be good if Port could get another one on the board. Just give us something to play with. That's going to be a free kick. The challenge coming from
the cards coming out.
Our boy Hudson. She's taking one.
Toss her a card.
Because at the back, here's Douglas. Here's Douglas. A good chase as well. Oh, and she's got it this time. Fourth time lucky for Lauren Douglas. She has her first of the game.
Found the back of the net again.
So just on the 90-minute mark as well.
Again, you cannot afford to give her
On here tonight at Larrakia Stadium in Darwin for round 3 of the Women's Premier League.
coming up with table clash is Yappers and Casuarina. So